It's time to rotate the main camera. We've already used Rotate View on the title bar, so let's use a different method. Activate the main camera view and hold the spacebar down to manipulate the camera. Select Rotate Mode on the toolbar. You will stay in Manipulate Camera mode as long as the spacebar is depressed. By default, heading, pitch, and bank are all enabled. We just want to pitch the camera down, so disable heading and bank to keep from accidentally rotating the camera in those directions. With the space bar still down, pitch the camera view down to see just terrain. Enable heading and bank so they're ready next time we want to manipulate an object. Release the space bar and exit Rotate mode. Go to the Render Task mode. Select the main camera in the Scene at a Glance and Create to digitize a path. The Create window will confirm that we are creating a new path for the camera main. To watch the camera editor while we're digitizing the path, open the Main View pop-up and edit Views Camera. Go to the Position and Orientation page. We can retrieve the Create window and any hidden window by going to the Window menu and selecting it from the active windows. The Create window settings depend on the type of vector being digitized. On the mouse page, we're set to draw in a single mode, with 1 point for each mouse click. The Conform page defaults to Small Plane with its own elevation, smooth, point space, and speed settings. Increase the elevation to 10 kilometers and the speed to 600 meters per second. Left-click a starting point in the plan view at the west end of this snowy cliff. So left-click, and then left-click again at the east end, and right-click to finish. The Input Request window will pop up with the time of the flight based on the Create parameters and the path length. Confirm, and save the project. Play the animation. The main camera is targeted, so it keeps looking at its stationary target as it moves along the path. That's not quite what we're looking for, so stop the animation. Go back to the beginning. Go to the Camera Editor, General page, and change the camera type to Align to Path. Play the animation. The main camera is now aligned to its flight path, but the pitch is a little off. Stop the animation and return to the beginning. Go back to the Camera Editor, Position and Orientation page, and increase the pitch to 60 degrees. Let's look again. And if we play the animation, we see that that's about what we're looking for. We're looking along our path and down at terrain. Stop the animation, back to the beginning, save the project, and render a main camera preview with F9. As it renders, you can see the coarseness of the 100-meter terrain data. Go to the Database Editor and disable YNP 100M. You'll notice the plan view, which is still real-time, goes blue because at the moment we have no DEMS enabled. Select one of the YNP 10N DEMS by clicking it. Go to the Layer page. Select the DEM 10-meter column label and enable Layer Members. The plan view terrain comes up white because the overlay image is now out of date. Open the Plan View Preferences Go to the Overlay and Gradient page and regenerate the ecosystem map. The status window will show us we're generating text maps, short for texture maps, but it's going to take a little longer than it did last time because they're being generated at a resolution for 10-meter terrain, not 100-meter terrain. When the overlay appears, you'll notice that it is much sharper than it was before. Close out the View Preferences, save the project, and render a main preview. The 10-meter DEMs required more time to render than the 100-meter DEM, but they give us much more detailed terrain. The drape is a little dark, so let's lighten the rendered view. Go to the Scene at a Glance and double-click Post Processes to create a new one. Name it Gamma. Add Post Process Event, and you'll see the default is Gamma, which is just what we need. Gamma will lighten the render overall without bleaching the highlights. Reduce the Gamma value to 1.3. And let's look at the main camera view pop-up. Select Option Set, and you'll see that this preview render is using the YNP preview options. We have two options that VNS created with the new project way back in the last tutorial days, and by default it assigns the preview options to the preview renders. Let's expand the render options here in the Scene at a Glance, and we're going to add the Gamma post process to the YNP render options. So just click, drag, and drop. Confirm that we're adding the Gamma post-process to the YNP render options. If we open those render options to their post page, we'll see that, sure enough, we have Gamma waiting for us. Open another main camera view in place of the plan. Select its pop-up menu. Select Option Set, and you'll see here we're set to YNP render options. So this main view is using the preview options, the right main view is using the render options, so this view on the right will use the Gamma post process to lighten the render. Save the project and render a right preview. Note that the view is generally lighter, and we still have detail in the highlights. The rendered animation is on the VNS3 DVD in the animation folder and named YNP-CM.mov.